Africa is a continent full of opportunities, but for decades its growth has often been shaped by outside powers. Borders, trade, natural resources, and technology have often been controlled by foreign countries. Because of this, Africa has not always been able to reach its full potential. But now change is on the horizon with a new initiative, Captain Traoré's new Sankara Line. This is a $500 million plan aimed at strengthening Africa's economic, political, and technological independence. Captain Traoré was inspired by Thomas Sankara, the revolutionary leader of Burkina Faso, who promoted self-reliance, equality, and African unity. The new Sankara Line is not about drawing new borders. It is about connecting African countries, industries, and communities and giving them the tools to thrive on their own. The plan is built on three main pillars: infrastructure, education, and technology. Infrastructure includes new railways, roads, and ports to link different regions. Education includes schools, training centers, and digital learning programs to prepare the youth for the future. Technology includes local tech hubs, software development, and renewable energy projects, all designed to reduce dependence on foreign technology. The vision behind the new Sankara Line is that independence is not just political, it is also economic, technological, and cultural. The goal is to connect people, industries, and resources. Mines should link to factories, farms to markets, and schools to tech hubs. Digital networks and smart cities will help Africa keep its resources and innovation at home. Infrastructure is the backbone of this plan. New railways, highways, and ports will make trade faster and more efficient. Small towns will connect to industrial hubs, farmers will reach markets more easily, and new jobs will be created across the continent. Education is another key pillar. Africa has the youngest population in the world, and preparing them with technical and business skills is critical for the future. Schools, training centers, and digital literacy programs will equip the next generation to build businesses, create jobs, and lead communities. Technology is the third pillar. Local tech hubs, software programs, and renewable energy projects reduce reliance on foreign tech. Farmers can use apps to manage crops. Students can learn coding and other digital skills. Communities can access clean energy at lower costs. Technology creates jobs, attracts investment, and empowers communities. The economic goal of the new Sankara Line is self-reliance. Internal trade will grow, imports will decrease, and millions of new jobs will be created. Local industries and infrastructure will strengthen communities. When economic independence grows, political and cultural power also increases. Politically, economic independence strengthens Africa's voice on the global stage. Countries can negotiate better trade deals, rely less on foreign aid, and make independent decisions in forums like the African Union and the United Nations. Challenges remain, including political opposition, resource disputes, and bureaucratic hurdles. Traoré's solution is diplomacy, citizen engagement, and regional cooperation. The impact is already visible. Farmers are reaching markets faster. Young people are finding jobs in tech hubs. Renewable energy projects are reducing costs. These changes are not just economic. They give people pride, confidence, and hope for the future. Looking ahead, the new Sankara Line is a roadmap for a united, self-reliant, and technologically advanced Africa. More countries can join, more technology can be developed, and global investment can be attracted, all while keeping control in African hands. The key message is that independence is not just about borders. It's about controlling your resources, industries, and your future. This initiative shows that with leadership, vision, and action, a whole continent can chart its own destiny. The new Sankara Line is not just about infrastructure and technology. It's about changing Africa's economy from dependency to self-reliance. For decades, many African countries have exported raw materials and imported finished goods. This meant a lot of the value created by African resources left the continent. Traoré's plan aims to change that. By connecting farms to factories and factories to local markets, African countries can process their own resources instead of exporting them. For example, instead of sending cocoa beans abroad to be made into chocolate, local factories could produce chocolate in Africa itself. This creates jobs, keeps more money in local communities, and strengthens local businesses. The plan also focuses on intra-African trade. When countries trade more with each other, the continent as a whole becomes stronger. Ports, railways, and highways are designed to make trade between countries faster and cheaper. This reduces reliance on international markets and foreign powers. Economic independence also leads to political empowerment. When African countries control their own resources and industries, they can negotiate better trade deals, demand fairer partnerships, and participate as equals on the global stage. Education and skills development play a huge role here. Young people trained in technology, manufacturing, and business management become the future leaders and innovators. For example, a young engineer in Kenya could design solar-powered irrigation systems that help farmers in neighboring countries. Technology hubs also drive this economic transformation. Local startups are innovating in agriculture, finance, health, and education. Mobile apps, renewable energy solutions, and digital platforms are being created and managed within Africa, rather than relying on imported solutions. Real-life stories already show the impact. In one region, farmers are now selling produce directly to processing plants through digital platforms. This has increased their income and reduced waste. Young entrepreneurs are starting tech companies that employ dozens of people locally. Communities are using solar energy to power schools and clinics, reducing costs and improving quality of life. The new Sankara line also emphasizes regional cooperation. Countries are encouraged to work together rather than compete over resources. Shared infrastructure projects like cross-border railways or energy grids benefit multiple nations. This not only strengthens trade but also builds trust and long-term collaboration. Challenges do exist. Politics, bureaucracy, and resource disputes can slow progress. But Traoré believes that transparency, citizen participation, and strong governance are key to overcoming these obstacles. By involving communities in planning and decision-making, projects are more likely to succeed and last. In short, the new Sankara line is more than just roads and factories. It's a plan to shift Africa's economy from dependence to self-reliance, to create jobs, and to give countries the power to decide their own future. It's about turning potential into action and making sure the wealth and innovation stay within the continent.